closing down a bank, fixing an election. It's all easy.
Right on.
What a bunch of trash.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Trash Movie Kings podcast, where we watch shitty movies and let you know if they're any good or not. I guess that's the point of this. This week,
Really dumbing it down.
I am your host, Joseph Graham. Adam Edwards is out on assignment. Daddy went for a pack of smokes and never came back, potentially. I don't know. I'm also joined by Justin Petty, who hasn't been on the show in a minute. Justin, how is your skincare routine?
It's moist. Keeping it moist over here. This is also going to be the last time y'all see me with long hair.
Oh, big haircut, boy.
Yeah, haircut. That's exciting.
What's driving this?
I'm just tired of it. Tired of waking up with it in my face, eating it when I eat food, it ending up in my mouth and my eyes and everywhere. It's just annoying. I'm tired of dealing with it.
Are you going to donate it to Locks of Love?
I don't think it's quite that long.
You gotta go like another 6 months for that.
Yeah, I kept trimming it.
Denied your application.
Yeah.
Also joining us is the COVID bearer, JD Krupicki.
I'm the bearer of COVID. Hello, everyone.
Oh, bearer.
I'm bearing COVID. I'm drinking a hot toddy right now. So cheers to anyone who's, having scotch in their tea right now. I'm not sick anymore, but I still sound like this. So, it's very moist, just like Justin said.
Well, your skin looks better than your voice for sure. Also here today is Apocalypse Howl. Apocalypse, how is your creams?
I used to always use Neutrogena, and I've kind of just backed off of that, man. I really need to get back to doing that. Clean them pores. I've been doing a poor job of it lately.
Sorry, that's a pretty good pun.
Yeah, I thought you were born with it.
Maybe it's Aileen.
Also on the podcast, very special guest, Tory Lieberman. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. I feel like this is a very honorable mention here for me.
Yeah, you're the expert.
98% of the
podcast.
Very popular podcast where I am 98% of the time trying not to be seen. So
We lost a daddy and gained a mommy.
oh no! No.
I'm gonna just go ahead and assume Tori's skincare routine is on point and get into some other skins here with the movie we watched tonight, which involved a lot of strange computer skin. We watched 2019's Cats, of all fucking things. Directed by Tom Hooper, introducing and starring Francesca Hayward, and in addition to James Corden, the lovely Jennifer Hudson, Robert Downey Jr., magician Robert Pattinson,
Not true.
and many other British peoples.
Robert Downey Jr. is not in Cats.
No. I didn't say Robert Downey Jr.
No, you misunderstood.
You misunderstood. Yeah. I said Robert Downey Jr.
Drastically different.
Different guy.
The questionable.
Very clear. Not in Cats.
Ian McKellen is also involved.
That is true.
He's doing something.
Dame Judi Dench.
He's doing. Ian McKellen's doing some stuff in this.
He showed up.
He's licking scenery left and right.
No.
Yeah. So, any opening thoughts? Any opening thoughts about 2019's Cats?
I'm realizing why COVID happened, because they just needed to shut everything down after this fucking movie.
God gave us COVID because of this movie.
Whew,
did-
I can't believe this movie is from 2019.
Did
I
it
know. I thought
come
it was
out?
20. I thought it was sooner.
It's
No, so,
like
like-
it was during the pandemic.
Well,
but
turns out it is, Mike. Cat's out of the bag.
there's a whole thing that was like cats is the reason why COVID happened, because it happened like December of 2019, and like the universe decided that like we were done.
Yeah.
I remember when
God is like,
COVID
shut it
started to
down.
spread.
Shut it down.
It was like this movie was like the impetus to the whole world being like, yeah, no, fuck off. We're done. We
the
can't.
world
Yeah.
was
anymore.
going to spit us out. It was like, I'm gonna fucking spit you out if you make another one of these. Don't
Yeah.
fucking do it again, or I'll fucking spank you.
Was this the last movie you saw in theaters before pandemic?
It was.
Was it your last one too?
You know, I got scared of COVID in the beginning, but quickly I was like, "What movie theater's open?" Quickly I was like, shortly after, I was like,
None.
I just didn't give a shit. I really was just like waking up every morning and then going and buying supplies before people would wake up. So I like had all my COVIDs, but and like I was helping two older people get stuff and groceries and wiping down their groceries and shit to the point where I just was like, I'm done. If I get it, I get it. I don't care.
And if
Like-
you're a cat, you're a cat.
Yeah, I don't care. And so I started going to the movies the second I could. I started
That was
going
Tenet,
to
right?
crowds.
Was that the first one?
No, I watched Tenet
for the
at
drive-thrus.
Joey's
Yeah.
apartment.
Maybe.
I didn't watch that at a movie theater.
So
I
it's
hope
a pretty
you
high
hope you
rating.
got plenty of litter for the old people you're taking care of.
I'd say it was more of a 7 at
Since
best.
then, both of them have died.
Wow.
It's not funny.
I know it's
No,
It's not a joke.
except when you say it like that.
Oh.
Yeah,
Died. It's terrible. Everyone's very
I
sad.
tried my best.
Yeah. That's what they get for hoarding toilet paper. That's
They were
all I'll say.
old. I don't. Maybe they died of COVID. I don't know.
Neither of them did. Neither
did
Yeah,
my
I think they were
best.
just.
They did my
they were just
best.
old people.
Mike, did they
Anyway.
really die?
Did they go to the heavyweight layer in this?
It went to the heavy side layer.
Ah,
We became
yeah,
cats
they
in
didn't die.
another life. We're doing okay. Someone tried to tell me this week that it has been almost exactly like 4 full calendar years since COVID. And I was like, no, fuck you. Like, that's not, I can't, that is
It is
too much
crazy.
time.
It's true though. Yeah.
And I can't reconcile that in my brain. Like I
Yeah.
don't understand. 4 years used to feel like a really long, like a significant period of time. And I feel simultaneously that like that 4 years was a decade and also like a blip. I can't understand the difference between the two. It's crazy.
It feels like the COVID year took fucking forever.
Forever.
Like the time that's
Mhm.
passed since then, was like, it feels like a week.
It feels like
We're
a
all
week.
milking, working from home.
It's day by day. You know?
Right?
How much milk can I get out of this year?
Speaking of
Yeah,
things that
you
feel
guys-
like you're in a time warp,
Do you
And
milk anything
milking.
with nipples?
today we watched Cats, and we have a plot. We
Do we?
have a plot. So, Justin, why don't you kick it off for us?
So, a white cat gets dumped in an alley on Cat Turbin Street or some shit. These cats are jellicles. This is so fucking weird.
I already have my rating.
They have no buttholes. These jellicles show this new brought a graveyard of humans, and we made a fucking magician, Mr. Mustaphalis, who, in conjunction with Robert Downey Jr., explains the whole point of the following proceedings, which that there is going to be a Neo cat, not a Neo cat, Neo the cat. the Matrix. The Matrix.
Matrix.
Neo's
Not
in
like a
Matrix,
pseudo
not
cat.
Nazi.
There is
I
going
just-
to be a Neo cat.
Announces the cat who can now be reborn and come back to a different jellicle life.
There's gonna be a Neo cat who gets to wake up from this cat hell. I'm jelly. Cool.
So then we proceed to meet a Gumby cat, which is a domestic cat. Then we meet Rum Tum Tugger, who likes to party at the milk bar.
He likes to party or what?
Yeah.
He likes getting tugged in rum tubs.
Christ. Then the plot thickens. We meet Grizabella, a glamour cat who used to be glamorous, but is now a hooer after seeking the counsel of Idris Elba, who is evil and a cat. But then we just move along to some fat fucking cat who crushes his balls and eats trash. Then we meet a barge cat.
Well, Tiger, I'm a brother.
Is this the guy from Departed? Holy shit.
In fact, I am the roughest cat who
No.
at large.
He's cool, actually. Hope he wins the Neo contest.
Then we have Dame Judi Dench as a cat who I guess gets to pick which other cat gets neoed at the big Jellicle ball. But Grizabella, whore cat, ain't invited to the ball, and she's fucking sad about it. This is a very famous song.
Well, I've never heard it.
And then Sir Ian McKellen makes a palsy pun.
And I suffer from palsy, which makes my paw shake. And
Not
He has
palsy.
palsy.
Come on, sir.
You can't do a pun on palsy. That's not good.
While contemplating about the death of theater, which is very sad. And we are now railway cats. And then there's LSD.
Oh, she's got drugs.
Yep, catnip.
Hell yeah.
Flying squads despair.
Oh, hey, Taylor Swift cat shows up with fucking bag and gets all these cats high before. I'm gonna butcher this.
Idris Elba.
Idris
Idris
Elba.
Elba, dude.
You know who Idris Elba is?
Nah.
He said COVID was a blur, okay?
But this
Some
has
things
nothing
got
to do with
lost.
COVID. I just live under a rock. Idris Elba shows back up to kill Dame Judi Dench, but then I guess
Mr.
magical
Mustafa.
Mr. Mustafa,
Magical
back
Mr.
with
Mustafa.
magic, and they kill Idris Elba, the whore cat. Sings memories, and the other cats feel bad for her, and they decide to neo her, and they put her in a chandelier and shoot her into the sun. To close, Judi Dench leaves us with some cat care tips. The end.
And taking off your hat, address him in this form. Oh, cat. Oh, cat.
When you wrote "hooer,"
I lost it.
is that a typo?
No, it's a reference to Sunny.
Did I
Oh, thank
pronounce
God!
it
But
correctly?
JD, you crushed
Thank you.
reading that.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job at reading, JD. I'll give you the pen of the day.
Gold
Thank you.
star.
I feel like that's a very appropriate summary of this movie.
Yeah, Cats
Yeah,
is crazy.
stuff
I have
happens.
no experience with this movie. The only thing I know about it is that it's referenced in Jersey Girl, because at the end of that movie, all the little kids do like plays, and all the little kids, aside from the Jersey Girl, do memories from Cats.
I just want to know like what everyone's understanding of Cats was before this movie.
I thought it was just a story about stray cats. I pictured it being, it's like Rent, but cats.
Oh,
The
okay.
cats have AIDS.
Cat
Everyone has AIDS, 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 AIDS.
Feline AIDS. I mean, that's a real thing.
Jellicle. It's jellicle AIDS.
Get your cat
It's not
spayed and neutered.
Jellicle AIDS.
Jellicle AIDS.
jellicle.
That's what Taylor Swift was blowing all around there. She was blowing AIDS on everyone.
Yeah, I'm jellicle positive.
Blowing fat AIDS on everyone. Jellicle positive.
Oh no!
All I knew about cats.
Pretty jealous.
Positive.
All I knew about cats is like people would say like, I don't get why this is so popular, but then there's the song Memory, but then it's still on Broadway. So that's like the perception of the musical I had. But the movie when it came out, holy shit. Like people were saying, oh, we got to see the original. Like it was the fucking original Star Wars trilogy edit. They were like, we have to get this. It's like so crazy. And like, but then I just ignored it.
One.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was 2019. I swore it was 2022 or something like that. I thought it was much closer.
It was right. You guys were talking about it before, but it was right before. It lockdown.
Was right before. Like it was Christmas before. Yeah, it broke. There's the internet meme that's like, this movie is why COVID happened, because like it broke our reality. Like it fucked everyone up in a way that was like irreparable.
So JD, did you know about, what did you know? Because I feel like you have some sort of theater experience.
No, well, I never played. I know like Music Man, and I know these other, I know some musicals, but not a ton. I just know that Cats is like this weird one that's like, well, why is it popular? But some people love it, obviously, and I guess it's still people go to it. I never watched it or had any reason to. So was Barbara Streisand in Cats, or she just sang the song? Because I don't think she would go. She
was in Cats at one point.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
What is it about this that made it so popular?
Like,
I could see why little kids would like it because of the costumes, and we were talking about the artifice of it, and it seems like a big production, and it's kind of silly, and kids don't really understand that it's like sexual and
I don't know. I mean,
and religious.
I've seen Wicked. I get why Wicked is great. I don't understand why this is great. Aside from kids, but
really,
this
there's
is
no
not a
earworm.
Justin, no offense, but what you don't know could fill a warehouse.
That's our house.
I'm quoting this.
Are you auditioning for the new dad of the podcast?
We have open auditions for Daddy.
This one's for Daddy.
You give Justin a spanking and see if it leaves a whelp.
Are you stepping up, Mike?
I don't like it.
Are you the stepdad that's stepping up?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Joey, you never seen it or had any preconceived notions?
I think I've had it explained to me by Tori, which is why she's a special guest on the podcast. Enough times I was like, okay, it's jellicles, and one of them gets to go to some kind of cat reincarnation heaven or something. I was like, what? I remember being very confused the first time. I believe she explained it to me. So I had some concept of how what lunacy was on display, I guess. It's so
I needed to be understood that like my exposure to cats was that I grew up with a lot of like musicals and theater soundtracks in my life, and Memories was one of those songs. Like I knew that song very well growing up. It was just either
it is a highlight of this film.
It is
beautiful. It's a good song.
The highlight, a highlight. I don't really know.
The highlight.
It is the best musical moment.
Unfortunately, though, Jennifer Hudson has snot running out of her nose the whole time.
It's
very distracting.
so bad.
It's fine if she's crying, but they had to add this little like snot bubble on her lip.
Dude, I know. That's the part that like really bugged me the first time I watched it. I was like, why did you make her look like poor? If I'm Jennifer Hudson, I'm fucking furious. It's so like they did her so dirty. Again, I've said this a lot tonight, but like everyone thought they were going to win Oscars for this film. Like this,
Yeah.
everyone who was in it,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, Jennifer Hudson, Dame Judi Dench, Sir Ian McKellen, like all of these people thought that this film was
Sir Jason Derulo.
Sir Jason Derulo.
I don't know if
Okay, I don't know who this person is. You guys were
Sir Robert
commenting
Downey
like
Jr.
you
Jr.
knew. Jason
You ever talk dirty?
I'm sorry, you don't know who Jason Derulo is?
No.
I don't know.
He sings his name every time. He's like a Jellicle in real life.
Was he from America's Got Talent or something?
No, like
No.
guys.
He's a pop star. He's like Chris Brown. He's really good.
Fucking Google feel like that.
He's like Chris Brown. I mean,
Has
like
he
an art,
burned up
you know,
another
like
famous pop star? Or?
No, that's not what I
Chris
said.
Brown. He's really good. So
Drake-
it's my understanding, and the first time I saw Cats, I remember leaving being like, "What a piece of shit," and I didn't
Right.
understand it at all. And then I
Did you see the original on Broadway?
I would just love if that was where the
on
story
Broadway
stopped.
across America, but
Cats came here.
Oh, so you saw it at like
Yeah,
a strip center or something?
you know, I saw it at Theater and
A shopping mall.
I saw it at a Circuit City in '95.
Was it Katie Mills in 2001?
Yeah,
They did it in the middle of the mall.
They used to do that.
It was at a Discovery Zone in 1992.
Oh no.
going DZ for Discovery Zone.
Mistopheles was hiding in the ball pit the whole time.
I didn't like it the
Mr.
first time because I didn't understand it, and then I my understanding of it is T.S. Eliot wrote poems based on watching his cats, and he had a lot of cats, and they were indoor outdoor cats, and then he had one cat that would be an indoor cat, and he had all these different cats. He was a cat person, and he constantly reveled and dwelt on what in the world is going on in their heads. Like cats are on another planet. And so he started making poems. It's my understanding, and I could be wrong on this, but it was kind of his writer's block thing. So he would just write these, and he wrote a bunch of poems that were about his cats, and every scene in Cats is one of his poems, and not one of his poems leads to a plot line in another poem. Every scene.
Well, this is Andrew Lloyd Webber's drug-induced version of trying to connect the dots.
Andrew Lloyd Webber put a bunch of his poems together and weaved a very thin through line, and none of it is coherent. It's not supposed to be coherent in that way. Like nothing is gonna flow.
It sounds charming.
Like, it makes
Right.
sense. And when I learned that it was based on that, and I started to guess. I guess I started to really have a different appreciation for it.
Was he still alive when the musical came out?
Yeah,
T.S. Eliot?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he died in like the 60s.
T.S. Eliot or Andrew Lloyd Webber?
Yeah,
T.S.
because
Eliot.
Weber's still alive,
Oh.
which is
When
crazy.
did Weber write the original?
Died in like the 60s or something. So whenever he wrote them,
The original book was written in 1939.
okay.
Jeez.
When was the original? Or I'm sorry, when did Andrew Lloyd Webber write?
81.
Okay, so he was
so
dead
he was
before.
probably
Okay.
dead.
He probably would have died when he
Yeah.
saw it.
Well, I mean,
I'm glad
Let's
I can't
see.
say
Say, my other cultural touchstone with this is
yes, he was dead.
probably from Team America.
Oh,
Oh,
Doesn't he talk about how he was like raped by Mr.
Raped by Mr.
Mistopheles or something?
I was 19 years old when the musical Cats came to our town. I couldn't wait to see it. After the show, I was asked if I wanted to go meet some of the performers backstage. Man, I was thrilled. But when I got back there, they were drunk and out of control. Rumpuscat and McCavity kept feeling up my leg. I tried to leave, but Rumpelteazer held me down, and I was raped by Mr. Mistopheles.
like the
And I-
actor who played Mr. Mistopheles.
yes.
That was probably my first interaction with what Cats was, and I didn't know anything about it, but the name Mr. Mistopheles just cracks me up based on that.
I mean,
Mr. Mistopheles.
The magical Mr. Mistopheles the cat is quite a name.
But is that T.S. Eliot or is that Andrew Lloyd Webber?
That's
Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Is it?
So all the Jellicle bullshit
Is
came
it
from Webber?
really?
I don't know. I've never read T.S.
hold on.
Eliot's individual poems.
I guess
There's
we should
another-
have read T.S. Eliot's individual.
But I think he
poems.
had. I think T.S. Eliot had a poem about Mistopheles, the cat.
I know that T.S. Eliot had a poem about Rum Tum Tugger
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and the Jellicles, like the idea
Iconic.
of this like group of cats that like was going to ascend to heaven or not. Very weird. But maybe you're right. Maybe
I was gonna add. That's my next question is what kind of drugs were really popular in 1939 versus what drugs were really popular in
opium.
1981?
Yeah,
Well, we
Absinthe.
know cocaine. For
Cocaine.
Webber.
no, y'all are right. It was all old Deuteronomy, Rum Tum Tugger, Mr. Mistopheles McCavity. All those names are from T.S. Eliot.
poems.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
So he wrote them. He published them in 1939, which meant he had to have been writing them for the entire 30s. So what the fuck were they on?
Opium 30s.
Or he wrote it
Opium?
in a single
Hashish.
afternoon. Like he wrote them all
Hashish?
at one day.
So many fucking drugs.
Maybe
'Cause
just
that's the thing.
Maybe he just had a lot of coffee. I don't know.
Well, you asked
Those
me about
English
my,
buggers loving the tea and coffee and shit.
Coffee
They get
doesn't
high on
do
it. Yeah. No, but my experience with cats, I remember whenever someone tries to explain this to me, it sounds like someone explaining like Magic the Gathering or Dungeons and Dragons.
Sure.
They're
Yeah.
like, oh, no, but the Jellicle, because they have to go to the higher way later. And then, no, it's not him. No, McCavity's not the cat that would. They just keep, and it's not that they're obsessed with it. They're exhausted by it as well. So I don't know. I've never met a true Cats fan, I don't think.
I don't consider myself a Cats fan.
Right.
I consider myself a fan of musical theater.
A fan of the arts.
I
Yeah.
am a fan of musical theater, but I actually have never seen Cats other than this movie, which is probably a shame for myself.
Oh, so you were more of a fan of the music.
I knew the music, so I grew up. I have heard Memories, that song in particular, since I was a child. I know every word to that song. I grew up with a family that like loves theater and loves musicals and loves soundtracks. And so one of the soundtracks that I listened to a lot, and it's not like we listened to the Cats soundtrack, but I listened to Memories a lot. And so Memories for me is this like visceral song. And I had heard the magical Mr. Mistopheles song, and I'd heard a couple of the other songs from the show, but my parents had both seen on Broadway in New York Cats because it's one of the longest running musicals on Broadway. I've never seen Cats as a musical, but I knew the music so familiarly that like when the movie was coming out, I was like, hell yes, I'm so excited. I'm going to get to see it for the first time. And then I went and saw this movie and I was like, holy fucking shit. Like
okay.
this can't be real. And like I went back and I started listening to the musical soundtracks that have been recorded over the years, and it's one of the longest running shows on Broadway. So
yeah, it ran from probably 81 to, I remember when it closed.
Yeah,
in like the mid
well, it closed and then it came back, and
From
it
now
actually
on, I'm
just
gonna run from it too.
I went into this movie with such high expectations and just had a great experience, and also the worst experience being like, oh, this is the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. But also, this is fucking phenomenal because it is so bad that I can't even reconcile how terrible what I'm watching is in my head. the
Let me just say, welcome to the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
It's exactly what this is.
We reconcile how bad things are in our heads.
Like, wow.
And enjoy them.
Like floating fur CGI in a theater and like people singing about licking your arm and then rubbing your head in a
hate
fucking
that,
cat
yeah.
basket. It's so bad. So bad.
Can we send this musical to the heavyweight layer in the sky? Just send it away.
Send it away.
And let it go.
Send it away. It just ends. We've all been saved.
Before we get into favorite parts, I was gonna ask if anyone had anything. I feel like we talked about it so much. Was the cat suits in this movie?
Mm-hmm. I guess
You guys had a lot to say, but I feel like maybe we said it all. I don't know.
No, we didn't.
Go ahead, Apocalypse.
This movie is case in point why they should never, with the technology that we have currently, and probably for a very, very long time, make a Thundercats movie. Or even attempt it. Don't attempt it. We are not there.
Apparently, like in the works right now.
No, don't do it. Cancel the project.
They did a cartoon, which was good.
No, that was that didn't work out either.
Nah, they made Sabretooth look pretty good in
Like I'm like He-Man did. I am tired of them ruining good properties.
Okay. All right.
Kevin Smith
I'm not gonna
did
I'm not gonna
with
stand
He-Man.
for your. I'm not gonna stand for your He-Man blasphemy.
I don't want to go down a He-Man hole. All right, let's just move on to favorite parts. We'll keep our order for the day. Justin, anything that stood out to you?
Yeah,
Let's start with one.
It was Ian McKellen on the barge after they knocked the, I don't even know his name, after they knocked the Jack Nicholson's
McCarthy.
departed henchman into the
the barge cat.
Cat dance his way over there.
Who are they even trying to kill there?
McCavity.
Fire
Oh,
for
they
Fiddler
killed
is
him?
what he said.
I think they just killed his henchman.
Okay.
I don't even know what he did. Like what? I don't know if it was a growl or like a purr thing.
No, he was having a mild stroke.
He just it felt very, very much like a Mike Myers Cat in a Hat situation. It was just like and it was watching Ian McKellen do that shit was fucking insane.
Oh, this is not the part where he says the fall have fell or some shit.
No.
Different part.
This is when he fell off the plank.
Okay.
Yeah,
different
this
guy.
is when they pushed
the first plank scene.
The first plank, not
Yeah, it's when he makes he like clenches or something when he's singing, and he's like, "Hey, basic." Yes, it's like when a kid makes his like face turn red.
Clearly
He's, like,
he has
he's
palsy, so
God.
you gotta let that go, guys.
It was amazing. No,
Yeah, they made that joke. The movie did that. Okay,
The movie did that. They tried to cover it up, I think, in this musical, but I think when Andrew Lloyd Webber was putting this down on paper, he was like, "That's hilarious." Almost guaranteed.
And it was hilarious.
And it was pretty funny. Let's move on. JD, favorite part?
I think he froze.
Okay, so no, I did not. I just had to think really hard. My favorite part was when Tory said, "Don't try to figure out the logic."
The lady was driving a car from the 30s, but these cats are wearing Converse.
Yeah, don't try to figure out the logic here. There is none.
I don't have a favorite part of this movie. It was just me and Tori yelling about the sizes of everything and how they're all wrong. Because even during Jennifer Hudson's beautiful performance,
Like, why the fuck?
that like rolls down her face and it disappears in CGI and it comes back. I don't know. There's not a favorite part. I'll pass.
No favorite parts.
Emotion smoothed her snot bubbles.
How about Apocalypse? What do you got?
I like the roaches.
Now the cat's the size of the chair.
Yeah, the mice was definitely the size, could fit in her hand. Look how, wait, what are these?
Oh, wait, But wait,
Oh my
It is
god.
the cockroaches, man.
Oh, come on. No.
it's tap dancing cockroaches.
Okay, look
for
at the green
saying
screen.
it.
Pretend there's cockroaches.
Cockroaches?
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn it! That was my
Is that gonna be
favorite part.
yours?
Yeah.
You like the
sorry.
mice. Your favorite scene is the mice. You even said this is the best scene.
I just assumed Tori was going to say memories.
The idea of sexualizing cockroaches is Joe's apartment didn't even think of that shit.
That's true.
Like who's done that? Nobody has done that.
Were
Nobody's
they
ever wanted to fuck a
anthropomorphized in Joe's
cockroach.
apartment, or were they just roaches?
They talk a
They
little
talk.
bit, I think, right? But they don't. Yeah, they're not. They're just like, hey, I'm a roach.
These roaches were dressed like a feminine dancer.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
were
like-
like a what's it called? The synchronized
marching band.
swimmers.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, that's
Exactly
a good whatever you call that. Because it is they are
Yeah, that's good.
Yes, I agree.
it's
Yep,
yeah.
same.
Nice, bro.
Ugh.
All right, cockroaches. Tori, do you have anything else aside from your love of the cockroach?
I mean, the worst scene / best scene in the movie is obviously the cockroach mice scene. But outside of that, I think it's the ending where they all of a sudden like break the fourth wall and they're like, let me tell you about how to be a cat.
I've heard of
And then she
Oh.
stops the camera.
Breaking
she
the
looking
fourth
at
wall.
us?
And my opinion now is that you should.
I shouldn't have done this movie.
Like everything about that moment, I remember being in the theater and being like, what is happening? And it's still so good. It's the third time I've seen this movie, which is definitely 3 times too many. And it's still really good.
Right on.
Joey, what's
yours? I guess James Corden spitting on people? I don't know.
That was cool. Yeah.
That was disgusting. I did appreciate the Heathcliff fishbone necklace that
you
Rum
did.
Tum Tugger wears.
Good catch.
I really like Heathcliff. I don't know. That just reminded me of that stupid cartoon that no one's familiar with. The music I thought was pretty good. Right on, right on. Yeah, I thought the music was interesting occasionally. Did anyone, aside from me, have a favorite part outside of the film, just from us talking? Because I wanted to bring up Idris Elba as Black Panther replacing Chadwick Boseman.
Imagine if that was what Black Panther looked like.
Because I am the only
I just replaced for
left.
what's his nuts?
Look how bad those contacts are.
Yeah. It's like they did those in post too. I mean,
Yeah, they should just have him show up in those movies as this.
yeah.
Which I thought, wow.
I think Justin said fur skin one time, which was really good. It was when he was singing into his tail or something.
Oh, Justin's Cockney accent some of the time was fun to listen to. It's traditionally the worst at accents.
I judge a cat by its soul. He's got soul.
I've got plenty of soul.
He's got soul.
He's super bad.
I just need to get warmed up.
Yeah, you had a good handle on it for a minute.
This cough.
I will say, JD, maybe a Breen nomination for worst joke of the year was when Apocalypse presented to him his new painting that he did for him, and he said, "We need to pause."
We gotta pause. We gotta pause.
No,
This
we don't.
is-
Just let
we gotta pause.
I don't think we need to pause.
Pause. No, we're not gonna pause. Yeah, yes, I did.
A real stinker there.
Get it? Get it? Yeah.
We got it. This movie is devoid of bees, I will say. But JD was on the call today of recording what bees there may have been, and I'm curious to hear what you found from
Better
the
not have
bee.
phoned it in.
I'm curious to know how much my neighbor can hear me scream and all that stuff right now because I just
Put it
went
to the
kinda
test.
too much. Anyway, the bees. We have babes first of all because there's babes and cats.
Kitty cat babes.
Babes and cat.
We
lamps.
have barrels. Some barrels are filled with trash. We have a bike that's in the middle. I mean, there's not real bees in this movie, but there's things that start with B. I saw like a
Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, there. Yeah, she's just naming it. Anyways, but there's a briefcase that could have been a suitcase.
Yeah.
Oh, was there a briefcase?
Yeah, there was.
Mhm.
Yep.
There was.
Wow, that's a big one. Yeah.
We have a banister. Is that a B? No. We did have bras. We had bones. We had God, these aren't real bees, are they? We had ballet, breakdancing. None of these are actual bees. A bassinet.
I could see breakdancing being a bee.
Yeah.
Breakdancing and ballet should be bees.
We had blue lights.
Yeah, blue lights. We did. Yeah.
Oh yeah, blue.
Bottles.
There was a red light in there. Honorary.
Yeah, there were red. Yeah.
I vaguely remember red lights. Yeah.
Definitely were.
We had a
What's her
barge.
name? Jennifer Hudson's like singing premiere. She had red lights on her cheek.
There, at least on her cheek. We did a barge boat. That was a big one too.
Sure.
Yeah, someone was wearing a beret.
Oh wow, yeah.
We had a burlap
don't-
sack that Jennifer or that the cat got thrown out in.
Oh yeah, lots of bags of trash in this movie for sure.
Or a pillowcase, but we can go with burlap sack.
We had a bomb ballerina, we had a Bustopher Jones, and we had a Blair Witch snot bubble, and that's it.
All right. Well,
So-
some interesting,
that's all I got.
comprehensive bees in this film. Yeah, we had some different kind of ones going on. That being said, let's go ahead and get out of here and rate this thing. Let's go in a different order. How about Apocalypse? What you got?
Whew. Okay. So Tori's gonna disagree. I don't think this movie is trash. I am not gonna give a trash rating to a $98 million budgeted film. I'm not gonna do it. But I acknowledge the shortcomings of that budget. I think my biggest issue with this movie is the CGI sucking in a lot of places where I'm sorry, you got $98 million, your CGI should not suck. No aspect of your CGI should suck. I'm gonna give it a 1. Ooh. Yeah, because I don't even know where this movie falls. It's not a trash movie. It's trashable.
Yeah,
but it's not.
It meets some criteria though.
No,
It's like a weird version of that, though.
You know how some people were born with nothing, and they made what they could of it of their life, and
Right.
and
Hell's
so
Highway,
you're
yeah.
starting with nothing, and you can only grade up from there. That to me is a trash rating. This is a silver spoon fed, raised trust fund. This is a trust fund kid.
trust fund trash
who-
film.
This is a trust fund trash film. They have everything going for them. You can only subtract points from them. You can't in a rating. You can't add points. I don't know how to explain it. So I'll give it a 2. I'm going to give it a 2. But just know that that's me.
You're switching from a 1 to a 2.
subtracting 3. I'm not adding 2. I'm subtracting.
It should
3.
have been a 5
Should have been a
star.
5.
Okay.
But
You're giving a negative bag, so
You're
you
giving
picked
it
up
a
some
2?
trash.
No, there's
from
nothing negative.
Bourbon
It's not a
Street.
negative rating. It's a 2. I'm just saying my perspective on this is different because I'm not giving it 2 bags of trash. I'm subtracting what should have been from 5. I'm subtracting 3 bags.
Sure.
He's not adding 2 bags. He's subtracting 3 bags from what should have been a 5 bag.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
good luck with the graphic on that
trying
one.
to say. Yeah,
My
right.
scotch is not allowing me to say what he just said. But that's what I
It's
feel.
not what they want me to say, but yeah.
Sure.
Tori, what do you think? 1 out of 5.
It depends on whether am I rating the movie on like a movie?
Its own merit? No.
Like it's an adaptation of Cats, because those are two very different answers. As a movie, I think it's like a -5.
Wow.
Wow.
But like as an adaptation of Cats, it's maybe like a 2.
Okay.
I thought you were going to break into song just now. That would have been cool. Right?
I don't know.
Which one would you say is more of your enjoyment of it? Because I think that's where we mostly come from, is like strictly entertainment value on whatever level that is, whether it's because it's very bad or because it has some interesting things going on.
I said this earlier in the day, but like I love this movie because I had the best theater experience. I went to this movie with a friend where I showed up in the theater knowing that the reviews were horrible. And we knew that there were all these problems with the CGI, and it had come out and we were like, fuck it, who cares? We like Cats, we like musicals, and we're going to go. And we sat in the theater with almost no people. There was a family who left within the first 15 minutes. There was like a group of 6 friends in front of us, and it was like just the 8 of us in the theater. We drank wine the whole time. We stood up in a theater. We danced and like sang to Magical Mr. Softly's. That part of the movie, like a visceral best movie experience ever for me. So like I've now seen this movie 3 times. I can't believe I've watched this movie through 3 times. First time in theaters, second time with a group of friends, and I was like, you have to fucking watch this movie with me. All theater people. I come from a theater background. I work in theater. So like I have a lot of friends that care a lot about musicals and music, and we got shit-faced and watched the movie, and everyone was like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. I fucking love it. Same thing with this. Like, this is now the 3rd time I've watched it. Get drunk, watch the movie. It's fucking great. It's horrible. There's nothing good about it, and it's the best. Like, I don't even really know how to rate it.
Okay, that's what we're getting to. It's like that feeling that you're describing is what we're going after, is like,
it's so bad. It's so good.
It's so, I can't stop watching this. And that's what makes it good, even though I am very cognizant of it being bad.
I know.
It's a level of irony or something. I don't like to say that, but
I don't know what it is.
This stuff.
I don't want to give a rating for you, Tori.
But it sounds like it's like a 4 or 5 to you.
This sounds like it's a 5 bagger. Like this is a perfect trash movie for you.
It is your peak. It is perfect.
It's your Mount Everest of trash.
You're totally right.
Roar, she has cats. That's a good. I like that.
Sure.
I think
it is the best
the astrologer
I've ever seen. Like
Cats.
I had the best experience with the worst movie. I don't know if I've ever sat through a movie before that I've been like, I hate this so much. It's so bad. I know it's so bad, but I fucking love it as much as this movie.
Have you never seen a Steven Seagal movie?
Have you ever seen him walk down some stairs with his son?
The thing is, I actually have watched Roar because of you guys.
Yeah.
It
fucking rules, right?
I think Cats higher rating.
They're basically the same movie. If you
I think it's hard to not say that you kind of want to give this a 5 bags of trash.
Yeah.
This is not a normal rating of being good. A 5 bag of trash is strictly how much you enjoyed something despite itself.
Then 5 bags of trash.
There you go. Amazing.
Fantastic.
Yeah. I think it's the perfect.
Notes on that.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
No notes.
JD.
Before my rating, I just want to say I've looked up this director on IMDb. he directed The King's Speech, Best Picture winner.
Yes, Best Picture winner, and he has a Best Picture and a Razzie. Worst and best.
Well,
he's one of like 3 directors who have that.
Les Mis in 2012, directed by him, very well rated. He did a Jaguar commercial, very well rated in 2014. The Danish Girl, okay,
wow.
very well rated still. He then did a couple commercials, 2 episodes of his Dark Materials, who cares? Cats, and then after that, he did a short called Chevrolet, A Holiday to Remember. He has no upcoming movies. He's done nothing else.
Wow.
Chevrolet
He killed his career.
Taylor Swift just brings everyone down.
It was all her fault.
Happy Super Bowl, everybody. Passed. I can't believe they won. Yeah, so I want to give this movie a single tiny bag of whatever fairy dust is coming out of Taylor Swift's contraption, because it's not. Yeah, it's a bag of catnip and 2 Breens.
What I have found will shock you.
Is my rating. I don't know where the Breens are from.
You're giving this 2 Breens.
They're Breens because
you're a Breen whore.
Oh, no, I haven't given Breens in a long time, even when others have given Breens.
Brainiac.
But yeah. Crazy for that catnip.
So a 1 bag of trash and 2 Breens. I get it. Wow. I know what you're dealing with there.
I disagree with Apocalypse in the way that I think this was made earnestly. I think it had that criteria of the trash, but I agree with you with the whole silver spoon thing, because they had so much money, and even with all that money, you can't make a complete CGI movie good and then also have to change it because the fans didn't like it or whatever. They did the whole Sonic the Hedgehog treatment, but it went the opposite direction.
Sure.
So I don't know.
The whole like it, but fire was floating in the air.
There was, I think if I had to see it again, maybe I'd have more fun with it. The whole time I was like, what the fuck? It's so confusing. The roaches grossed me the fuck out. Nothing was the same size twice. It wasn't. There wasn't
That's
a
the triumphant film that should be on a poster. Nothing is the same size twice.
Yeah, but I don't know. 1 single bag for me and 2 Breens.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Okay. JP, what do you got?
Initially, this was my knock for it, but I think this is going to bump it. So I was gonna give it 2 bags, but now I think I'm gonna give it. I'm giving it 2 Dame Judi Dench bags, and half of an Ian McKellen.
No!
Wow.
So
You're going 2.5?
Starting at 2. I'm giving it 3.5. Wow. The extra bags are because 2 is because this movie is a fucking dumpster fire. the extra bag and a half is because it also seems like this was a vanity project for Toby Hooper's son, and it felt like he was riding high off of thinking he's the best musical theater film adapter.
He did the Danish Girl.
ever.
Yeah,
and he thought he could do no wrong, and he took this on and this to him was an ego stroke. He thought he was gonna fucking crush it.
He thought he was gonna crush.
Oh yeah, and all these actors trusted him, and every step of the way he was like, "Yeah, let's fucking do this. Let's do this. We're gonna go bigger. We're gonna go even bigger. We're gonna just CGI cats on their faces." And then we're gonna have her zip herself out of her skin and have new skin underneath it.
Oh, fuck that!
It's all gonna make sense. We're gonna have them in sneakers. We're gonna have Converse on their feet. But some of these guys, this guy's gonna tap dance barefooted with toes. And everyone was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it." The CGI artists were like, "Yeah, we can fucking do it. We're gonna crush it." Everyone was circle jerking this movie.
Yeah.
They literally walked in. He walked in the room and he was like, "We're gonna crush Mad Puss."
Oh my god.
Crushing it.
But I think he meant that.
And then it was the biggest fucking swing and miss ever. I can't think of a movie that was a bigger swing and miss than this.
No, I can't either.
And because it was the most unintentional trash with the highest of expectations, like that's why it's getting the. You know what? Fuck it. I'm giving it 4. This heaping pile of shit is getting 4 because just as punishment for the director being such a fucking arrogant prick.
Wow,
dude, like, but for real, like he really thought that this was going to be, like it was going to put him in like James Cameron levels of like Titanic. He was changing the genre of film.
Well, it is kind of like the Titanic.
This is his
in the
Citizen
sense that
Kane. He thought it was. Turns out it was his Plan 9 from outer space.
Yeah.
Oh, I know that.
Fucking crazy.
Oh boy. Gosh. Yeah. I don't know. This is a really strange film for us. In a lot of ways it's a 1, in a lot of ways it's a 5, and that kind of just leads me to put it right at a 3, I think. Because I think I enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed the weird furry sex pot-ishness of it.
Furry.
And then like the weird, like, hey, you want to look at fucking cat people you want to fuck, and cockroaches you want to fuck, and mice you might want to fuck, and then
no, Joey.
That, like,
you're Taylor acting like Swift it's not true, Tory.
Taylor Swift shows up and she's dousing everybody with fucking drugs, and it's like, what the fuck is this? I love the insanity of it, and maybe it's maybe it's T.S. Eliot, maybe it's Andrew Lloyd Webber, maybe it's Tom Hooper. But all of it comes together to be not that fucking bad. And I was kind of impressed with, a lot of the mistakes. I love James Corden, like spitting on people just randomly. That doesn't make any sense. Idris Elba's skin, that looks great.
Yeah, his skin was so.
It's a very weird, horny, drug-addled cat movie that I can't believe exists. I hope people in the future watch this and they're like, how the fuck did this come to fruition? Like, that's the part that I think, like looking at it sort of in the future, how people will look at this, I think they'll be amazed. And I think I'm going to stick with that 3. I feel like, that's
COVID.
Good
remember?
Enough.
I like
it also started COVID.
Yeah,
so
COVID.
It's important culturally.
Culturally,
come from bats. COVID came from cats. I'm just saying it. Okay.
Imagine if instead of this, he had just decided to do a musical version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Like his dad, following daddy's footsteps.
I don't.
He's like, no, Dad, I'm doing musicals. Fuck you.
No,
okay,
Dad,
so
I'm
we
into
got
musical theater.
Yeah.
With all that said, and our average ends up being a nice, simple 3.
Wow.
With 2 brains. With 2 brains from JD Karpicki, which I get why you would do. I'm not gonna join you
the
on
brain
that.
has 2 faces.
But I'm glad there are some brains on this, because it is a fascinating piece of work, to say the least.
Are you sure you didn't think that people would come up to little Toby Hooper or whatever his name is, and he's like at a coffee shop or something, and they're like, "Hey, how's that Cats movie coming along?" He's like, "Oh, what? Oh yeah, it's fucking great. It's fucking great."
He's editing it on a MacBook in a coffee shop.
I
He's like,
highly encourage anyone who has any interest in this film to do like even the basic level of research on what Tom Hooper went through in his like PR around this, because like everyone was like, did you try on this? And he's like, yeah, no, like here's all the problems that I encountered. And everyone's like, no. Like Marvel has a whole studio and they can do CGI. And like, why can't you do CGI? And he was like, it's a new technology. And it's like the way that he like rolled it back and then also talked about it in a way that he was like, we're changing the game for like green screens and like the way that we're motion capturing and all of these things was like, yo, dude, like for a musical, this is not the right way to go. And it obviously
big
didn't work out.
Yeah.
And it's what,
big
like,
fail.
it's nearly 90 years in the making. Like
yeah,
T.S. Eliot poems to this. Ugh, just.
I'm pretty sure he knows a little bit more about this than we do.
I don't know. Like,
I hope.
Andrew Lloyd Webber didn't write this to be a movie. He wrote it to be a musical. And yeah, and then Tom Hooper
His
was
dad
like,
did
I
make-
can do it.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
So.
Poltergeist. Come on. Yeah.
Yeah, the Leatherface video.
Oh,
game
speaking of
looked better than
Poltergeist,
this.
did you know Andrew Lloyd Webber believed he was haunted by a poltergeist in his house?
I'm not surprised by that.
Yeah, I know.
By a poultrygeist?
That's what I heard too.
Yeah, it was like a chicken.
Pussy Geist. All right. That about does it for the Trash Movie
cats.
Kings. Follow us on social media. We are Trash Movie Kings on basically everything. You'll find us there. Thank you, Tori, for joining us for this very strange film. Thank you, Apocalypse, JD, Justin, and we will see you next time.
I mean, next time.
Jellicle Hell.
Yeah.
Jellicle Cats.
Join us
Happy
next week
Sunday.
for part 2.